I'm going to the Senate floor to demand that the Republicans release the Epstein files immediately. The American people have waited long enough, and Republicans should not delay. Look, the House vote is overwhelming. The Senate should move right away and get this done already. The American people have waited a very long time for this. The margin in the House was overwhelming. In fact, every single member of Congress except one voted yes. And that now brings the focus to the United States Senate. As soon as the House sends us the Epstein bill, the Senate should move without delay to pass it unamended and send it on to the President's desk to be signed into law. We should pass this bill as soon as possible, as written, and without a hint of delay. Republicans must not try to change this bill or bury it in committee or slow walk it in any way. Any amendment to this bill would force it back to the House and risk further delay. Who knows what would happen over there? The American people have waited long enough, and they cannot take the risk. We have an opportunity to get this bill done today and have it on the President's desk to be signed into law tonight. We should seize that opportunity. That is why, later today, I will ask unanimous consent for the Senate to hold a vote to pass the House Epstein bill. The Epstein victims bill and the Epstein victims groups have made it clear they do not want amendments to the bill. In fact, just this morning, Epstein survivors stood right in front of the Capitol demanding that Congress pass this version of the bill. The House has now spoken in an overwhelming fashion, and Senate Republicans must step up. Because the public is fed up with waiting around to get to the bottom of the Epstein files. Americans are fed up with Donald Trump's lies. They are fed up with the cover-ups. And they are fed up with Republican leaders who keep siding with Donald Trump instead of siding with the American people who demand transparency when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein. There is only one right answer for the Senate: pass this bill as written today. And let me say something else. This could not have been possible without the courage and advocacy of Jeffrey Epstein's survivors. They made this vote possible. They risked their safety coming out of the darkness to share their stories, tell the truth. We thank them. We thank them, and everyone who has pushed for transparency. And let me also add this. This will go down as one of the most damaging moments of Donald Trump's presidency. In trying so hard to hide the truth, Donald Trump has provoked the fiercest rebellion he's ever faced among his own supporters, both in Congress and around the country. All the lying, all the broken promises about transparency, all the bullying and threats to members of Congress who wanted these files released, it's all blown up in Donald Trump's face. His usual methods of intimidation and dishonesty have failed spectacularly in this instance, but make no mistake, today's vote is just one step. Once the Senate sends this bill to the President's desk, Donald Trump must obey the letter of the law and ensure full transparency regarding the Epstein files. No, we'll give you some of this or not, but not that. Maybe you should see this. There's a reason you can't see that. Anything less than full transparency will be unacceptable in the eyes of the American people. If the President tries to manipulate his way into releasing just some of the Epstein files while deliberately hiding others, the public will see right through it. And their frustration, their distrust in Donald Trump will grow even worse. Before we get to that step, the Senate must finish this job first. We must pass this bill unamended as soon as humanly possible. And I yield the floor to my colleague, Senator Merkley, who's been a great partner as we have pursued finding full transparency with the Epstein files.